Union Gasparilla International Film Festival is celebrating its 12th festival this season. This week, here with details of this year's festival is President Joseph Alexander, Film Tampa Bay's Tyler Martin-Olich. Did I say that right? Martin-Olich. There we go. Perfect. And then producer-writer Bob Casso, who's you have a film featured this year.
Yes, between waves.
Between waves. There's a lot to get into this year. So let's start with you. I guess give us a general overview of what's going on this week.
So it is our 12th year, and we had opening night.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very excited, and we couldn't have done it without our title sponsor, Suncoast Credit Union. It's our 4th year with them. And so we had our opening night on Tuesday night. We featured the film Stuck, which was a musical, which we haven't done in the past.
Cool.
Had a great reception and did some Q&A with the producer afterwards. And this year we've incorporated the Tampa Bay Jewish Film Festival as well. So we're bigger and better than ever. Yeah. We're still doing all of our great films, great parties. We're having the Family Fun Day on Sunday. So we've got the same festival that we've had, the great things about it, and we've expanded it.
For people who are new, how do you best kind of figure, because there is so much going on, how do you narrow it down for people to decide what to do?
It's really up to the individual film goer. So we have documentaries, we have features, we have shorts, we have Focus on Florida. So they can pick what films they want to see, and a lot of people have their own particular genre that they love. And then, of course, we have interactive industry panels that people like to engage in. Q&A with some of the celebrities that come to town. So you can look at our program guide on GasparillafilmFestival.com, pick out what you want to do, and it's a 5 or 6 day festival, so there's something for everybody. There truly is.
Talk about the impact for Tampa Bay, if you will, because this is a huge deal. There are a lot of festivals, but this one in particular.
It is, and there's thousands of film festivals nationwide, and most don't make it to year 5. So the fact that we're in year 12 is amazing. We really become a regional film festival too this year by incorporating the Jewish Film Festival. So we're on both sides of the bay for the first time. But as far as an economic impact, we expect around 15,000 people in attendance over the course of 5 days. We draw in about 1.5 million in actual direct spend into the economy. But as far as Film Tampa Bay and what I do, I'm here to try to attract filmmakers. A film festival like GIFF is so important because it's one of the best ways that we can, one, attract filmmakers to come to town. When people think of Florida, they think of Mickey Mouse, they think of Miami, but there's so much more to Florida. So by having a beacon, and what really is what GIFF is, we're bringing filmmakers in like Bob, who want to film in Florida, but they don't really know what Florida is, right? They have an idea, right? But by coming here, now all of a sudden they're experiencing Ybor City for the first time. They're seeing downtown Tampa. They're seeing our beautiful waterfront. We're so much more than just beaches as a region, and this is a great way to do that. And for me, I'm able to sit down on one-on-one with, I was talking to Bob earlier about how can we get more film to Tampa, and this is a great way to do it. Well,
and let's talk about that, Bob. How was your experience filming here in the Bay Area in Florida?
Well, this was shot between Cocoa and Sebastian Inlet on the East Coast where I grew up, and I had spent 25 years in Los Angeles working as an actor, and decided I want to go home. I always wanted to go back home, and I always wanted to shoot at home because I know this state very well, and I love this state and the topography, the offbeat and quirky people. As a writer, just a godsend. As a writer, it's comic heaven. But we were talking earlier about not only do I want to help bring film back to Florida because of the revenue that comes with it, but also the beauty of this state is much more versatile than people realize. When I grew up over there, growing up with manatees and dolphins was amazing. Surfing was amazing, but inland it's beautiful. Tampa's beautiful. Ybor City is just amazing. You've got these moss trees and swamps. You've got the beaches. You've just got such a variety, and it's just a beautiful place to shoot, and it's inexpensive to shoot.
Well, because I know some films get stolen away to other states because it's
Atlanta.
Yeah, maybe. Real quickly, we have less than a minute left, though. I want to hear about your film that's being featured. If you can kind of quickly explain what it is. It's
kind of based in reality. A 40-year-old guy going through, I guess, midlife crisis wants to find the car that he first had when he was 16. Every American boy can remember his first car. It's very American. So he leaves L.A. He's a writer, goes back home, and hasn't been there in 25 years, and he's getting reacquainted with friends, and it doesn't work out right, and it's a comedy of errors. And
how much of this is personal experience?
A lot of it, a ton of it, a ton. No midlife crisis, though. I'm cool. I'm very cool. But he gets together with his old girlfriend, and it's just it's a romantic comedy that showcases our beaches and beautiful Florida and really some wonderful characters.
That sounds like my type of film. I'm probably your audience, right?
Well, it's Thursday, 12:45.
Sounds good. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you for everything you're doing for the Bay Area, and it's going to be exciting to see what is yet still to come.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
Again, there are the details of when the event is. Make sure to check out their website for more info as well. The Grand Beauty Spa is back to teach us how to spa, and owner Carmen Sargent is here to introduce Nora Pellin, the founder of Belle Sol, a new product line featured at the spa. Welcome to the both of you. But I'm not going to lie, I walk over and I see all these gold things and I'm like, oh, they brought candy, they brought chocolate.
Yes, it's not candy. It looks like candy, but it's candy for your skin.
Candy for our skin. And I know, Carmen, you are so passionate about the products that you carry at the Grand, and this one you said was one you had to get involved with.
Yes, I absolutely fell in love with Belle Sol, and so we have designed a whole new level of packages and treatments to go further into teaching people how to spa and about ingredients and how special these products are. I am so excited about it.
Okay, let's dive in. Again, we're talking about beauty products here, not just candies. These aren't even desserts. I mean, I can't believe the colors and the quality. How are you able to make these products so special? What makes them special?
It's so easy for me. I feel at home when I prepare them, and especially when I teach people about ingredients and how important they are in the beauty lines that you are using on a daily basis. You know, ingredients, it's something that we take for granted, but we kind of lost and we don't know their value or how to look for the quality in each product that we buy commercially. So I went back to basics. I studied all the ingredients, and I came up with like everything that you see in here. And I know a lot of people, they say, oh, look, you have like body oils or body scrubs.
Yeah.
But once you touch it, once you experience, you are like, you having that moment of, wow, I did not expect that. And that is like for every time I'm using this. And I would like for you, because you mentioned that you like chocolate, right? So this is actually a chocolate butter, chocolate spread for your skin. You can use it for your face, for your neck, for your body, everywhere. And
so
you can eat it too. Go ahead.
I'm not going to probably try eating it then, since that was the last thing that you mentioned. And actually, you know, there's this, but there's also something else that I wanted to oh my.
It's like,
this is a great moisturizer.
It's amazing.
We usually like, and this is another thing that we will teach at the spa during the events that we will have. It's how you apply products. You know, we are used to put products in a certain order, but now we are teaching, like for example, real quick in here.
Smells like,
you see,
really
you notice how you you actually took the product and you try it on the palms of your hand. The palms of the hand, they're actually moisturized from the sweat glands. What you need to do is try them on the back of the hands that it's very, very dry. So you start by doing this to moisturize the most part of the product on your back, and then you continue to massage it into your skin, elbows, knees, and so forth.
Great. I want to point out too, this is actually soap.
Yeah,
I thought it was
this is part of the facial care.
The products look good. You've got facial care, body lotion, and a special event too with packages that you want to touch on. I want to make sure and don't run out of time before you mention the packages that you have right now, Carmen.
We created beautiful packages with, one of them's called Arabian Nights. So it has this beautiful oil massage, stress relieving massage. We even have a sapphire facial that we're really excited to introduce to the Grand.
What are these? Are these the oils that I just...
No, these are actually the soap scrubs.
These
for
are soap
everyday,
scrubs.
yes, for everyday use. Actually, this one, if you can help me, this is the Arabian Nights.
Well, this is what the events are all
favorite.
around. This is what Carmen's favorite is, so I can't wait to try this. But as always, if you want more information on any of these products, and also you can possibly get more information on the Grand Arabian Nights event, which I'm hearing is almost selling out, folks, so you got to get in now. Plus a $50 reservation fee goes towards the purchase of any retail product. It's a win-win. For more information, grandbeautyspa.com. We are getting down, dirty, and slimy in this month's Rooted in Florida segment. Dr. Whitney Elmore from the UF Pasco Extension Office is back talking about worms.
Yeah.
They're a little smelly this morning.
Doesn't smell as good as the veal did earlier, does it? But not too bad.
So let's talk about this. This is interesting. I feel like I'll know a little bit. I was telling you my mom does this. So she's got a big old compost bucket in the back of her house. She gets all excited when there's lots of worms.
Absolutely, and this is an excellent way to kind of speed up that process so that you end up with some really good, rich, organic material. Worm castings, basically, they're waste, they're droppings that are clean, all that kind of good stuff. But you can add that to your potted plants in your garden. So it's a really good way to recycle. It's very environmentally friendly, helps you get rid of old food waste, and is helping the environment and helping your plants too.
All right, well, break it down from the beginning, because how do you get this started?
It's very simple, actually. Just go with, you can do this even in the house if you wanted to. So, but outside in a cool spot, they like to be 60 to 80 degrees. So find a cool area in
I'm thinking Florida summertime.
Yeah, but up and under something like if you've got banana plants or something up and under a canopy like that, they'll stay nice and cool. They'll be very happy under there. But a nice big bin like you see here, very simply drill.
Do you need something at least this big?
Yeah, at least this big. Go with something that could hold, you know, at least 5 gallons of water or something like that. But drill some holes at least 4 or 5 inches from the bottom. Okay.
You just have 2 here?
I've got 2 on that side, 2 on this side. That's for ventilation. But then you'll also see just on the inside here, I've put some old some mesh screening, and just tape that over to keep any critters from coming in and any worms from trying to escape.
We're trying to get critters in here.
The good kind of critters, okay? No bugs or anything. And then we just get some bedding, and you can take pretty much any kind of paper materials, newspaper, and just shred it up as a bedding material almost for them. Just avoid the magazines, the shiny, glossy stuff with a lot of print and a lot of dyes in it. You don't need that. But this forms your base layer, and all you want to do is wet this down very, very good to the point that it basically feels like a very wet sponge, but not too wet. You don't want water to stand.
That's why you don't want to pour water in here.
You don't want to pour water. Absolutely. Spray that in, and you spray them once a week, twice a week, something like that, to keep it moist but not wet, because they will drown. These like air, so they will drown. So you don't want any standing water in here whatsoever. And you want to go with African night crawlers or red wigglers. Where do we
find those?
Worm farms, and we have several throughout the area, or you can order them offline. You can even get these at a bait store, because these are the very classic.
Well, that's for fishing.
Very classic fishing worms, but they do well in captivity, we'll say, whereas other worms don't.
We have a minute left, so.
So what we'll do, and I've got, this is just some old material, old material, and you see some of the worms, they like to be toward the bottom, they don't like the light, and they will make their way to the bottom. And the only thing that's really got any smell to it right now are the old lettuce, pieces of lettuce from a salad that we didn't want. You can feed these daily, you can feed them weekly. Salads, any kind of bread that you have, even old newspaper, just shred it up.
You just say don't use...
No grease, no bones, no fat, no dairy. Because that's going to lead to some other critters that you don't want and be smelly and stinky. But just continue to feed them so that they don't starve. They do, if you get quite a few of them in here, require quite a bit of food, but citrus is an excellent addition. Just food, citrus pills.
And then when can you start using this as we wrap up here?
2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months. Keep it covered though, in something that's opaque, not clear. They don't like light.
If people have questions, because again, we didn't even cover all of it.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the basics. They can call us at 352-518-0156, or they can find us online just by Googling Pasco Extension Office.
All right.
We're glad to help. This is really simple and cheap.
Happy worms, happy gardens, I guess, here in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Good to see you again. You're always so helpful, and who knows what you're going to bring in next month.
We'll see.
Catherine Stone from Barbas Law is back for this week's Know Your Rights segment. Today, we're talking Social Security disability and how your age affects your entitlement to disability benefits. Welcome back, Catherine. That is a mouthful right there.
Yes, it is.
But I'm assuming there's a lot of information that you want to share as well.
So there's what we call the 5-step sequential process in Social Security disability when they determine whether or not someone should be entitled to benefits. I'm not talking about retirement. I'm not talking about supplemental income, which is a need-based, someone who's fallen below the poverty level. I am talking about disability. So the first thing that they're going to look at is, what is your medical condition? What are your limitations, and what is precluding you, or that you believe is precluding you from returning to work? The first thing that they always look at is, okay, what jobs have you done in the past? And with these restrictions and limitations and medical conditions, can you go back to doing that kind of job? An example would be someone who's always done like roofing or heavy lifting, then they have a back injury and they have surgery and they can no longer lift more than 20 pounds. They can't go back to being a roofer. They can't go back to being that heavy type job. So the first question the judges will look at is, can you return to what we call your past relevant work? And if the answer is no, then they look at, you start with your age. And there's 3 categories. There's anyone from the age 18 to 49.
That's a big gap. Correct. There.
So if you cannot return to your past relevant work and you have no transferable skills, which is a whole nother issue that they deal with in Social Security, they look to see, do your restrictions and limitations preclude you from even being able to do a desk job? You may have never done a desk job before in your life. You may have been a roofer or laying concrete or whatever, but if you are 49 or under, they are going to look and see whether or not you have the transferable skills to be able to transition into a sedentary type position. And that's just sitting at a desk. And the younger you are, the harder it is to prove disability, because they anticipate that everyone can learn how to answer a phone.
I wondered if that's what you were getting to, so I'm glad you kind of confirmed that.
So then the next level is age 50 to 55. And those are what we call advancing in age. Okay, they only have to prove, when you get to that prong, they only have to prove that they can't do light duty work, which is lifting up to 20 pounds. And so it's a little bit more heavy.
So the desk job wouldn't be a factor.
So even if they can do a desk job, but they can't lift up to 20 pounds or more than up to 20 pounds, they will qualify for benefits. So it gets easier the older you get. And then 55 and above, you have to prove you can't do medium level job, which is basically a lift up to 50 pounds. And so, you know, obviously you can be a secretary, a paralegal who has been a paralegal her whole life, but if we're able to prove that she can no longer go back to being a paralegal, but we can also prove that she can't lift up to 50 pounds, she could potentially qualify. So I say this because I often get phone calls from a lot of younger people, and I'm not here to say that younger people can't ever get Social Security, because trust me, there are plenty that qualify. But a lot of times they come into me and say, well, I've never done a desk job. But then I look at them and I have to go back to their education and their training. Okay, well, you graduated high school, you attended 2 years of community college, you had a job that even though you were doing heavy lifting, you were having to use the computer and fill out paperwork. That's going to be hard for me to show that you can't do sedentary type work unless you have problems with your hands. And memory.
So if you have questions about your rights, we'll give Catherine and her team a call, 1-800-BARBUS-LAW, or go to barbuslaw.com/knowyourrights. The financial world is changing. The needs of the consumer have changed, and checking accounts have evolved to provide a lot more services and benefits than just simple transactions. And Achieva Credit Union is leading the charge with Achieva Checking Plus. And here with the details is Chelsea Wilson. Hi, Chelsea. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So we're talking about Achieva Checking Plus. What makes it a plus?
Well, like you mentioned, the way we live, the way we function, the way we go about our everyday lives has changed, has evolved. Our needs go beyond just general transactions anymore. You know, just the way we live every day is not that simple these days. So we spend a lot of time talking to our members, surveying them, and listening to what their needs are. And we created this benefit package that is beyond your basic checking account, includes things like cell phone insurance and identity theft protection, shopping recurring rewards, things we all can use every day.
I will say that I love that you say you heard what the needs were out there, and it is so competitive when it comes to, I'm assuming, checking accounts and savings accounts and things. So you've stepped it up. You first brought up a cell phone. That caught my attention right out of the gate.
We all have a cell phone. We all depend on our cell phones so heavily. They're expensive and more expensive every day, it feels like, so we want to take good care of them. And I know I drop my phone pretty much on a daily basis, so cell phone protection covers not only damage but theft also, up to $300 per claim. So that's a huge benefit that's just added on as part of your checking account.
And that's not the only benefit. I know so many people are still kind of hesitant about online banking just because of everything